Today we're going on to a very special camping and fishing adventure to a remote campsite in the Marlborough Sounds that you can only reach by boat. It's gonna be epic. What's special today is that we're gonna be filming the whole episode with our new Insta360 Ace Pro 2 cameras that Insta360 kindly sponsored for our videos. Now if you guys are interested in camping and fishing, and if you're also keen to know how those Insta360 cameras perform in the real world, well then buckle up and let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Before we get started with our adventure, I just wanted to quickly talk about the three features of the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 camera that got me really excited. I really wanted to get my hands on this particular camera. And big thanks to Insta360 to sending out these cameras to us to give them a test as well. The three features that really get me excited are: number one, this camera has the best low light capability of all action cameras that are currently available. This thing is a beast when it comes to low light, and low light is a big thing for us because we film fishing adventures and often we are filming in low light and at sunrise or sunset when the fishing is usually the best, right? The second feature that is really good about this camera is that it has an inbuilt wind guard, a mechanical microphone foam cover. Yeah, it gives us a wind noise reduction out of the box. So that is really good because when we film camping and fishing adventures, it's always windy, often to the point where those action cameras just can't handle the wind and we get audio that is unusable. The third feature that gets me really excited is also that this is the very first action camera that lets you actually do a digital zoom without losing any quality. And this is because this camera has an 8K sensor and it can facilitate the 8K footage when you're filming in 4K, for example, to zoom in and crop the image without any quality loss. It's called a clarity zoom. It's a unique feature to this camera. So these three features make this a standout camera for us and for our purposes, and I can't wait to take you out now to our fishing adventure and share the footage that we can capture with this camera with you guys. And along the way I will also talk a little bit more about some of the features and how we use the camera. Let's go. All right, boat is loaded up. We are ready to hit the road. Hyeshin, are you ready?
Yes, we're going out of comfort zone to the adventure.
So as you can see, Hyeshin's got one of the Insta360s there. Mm-hmm. And I have got the other one here myself. What's really cool about the Insta is the quick release that works so good. Look, I've got this chest strap from Insta360 here, and it's got the quick release buckle on it. It's even magnetic, so it slides into place. All I have to do is put the camera on it, clips on, and it stays there. If I want to take it off, I just push those little two springs together here and take it off. It goes so quick. It's really cool, and it's super solid as well. Alright, it's time for our first test today. We're gonna do a Timeshift, which is basically a hyperlapse video for a moving vehicle. And to do that, I'm gonna clamp the camera that I had here on my chest mount. I'll just clamp that onto this clamp here. This will go onto the roof rack. Well guys, I gotta apologize for my sore thumb. I unfortunately injured that quite badly and had to get a few stitches on it, so now I'm always running around with thumbs up. So I hope you give us a thumbs up too. We can go into the car and then we start driving, then we just control it from our phone, right? Let's switch it to Timeshift mode and it automatically straightens it. Isn't that cool? So we got the horizon lock already. Now let's start the Timeshift and let's go for a drive. So that's where we're going, Timahia.
You have arrived.
Alright, well, there's a nice wharf here at Timahia, but there is no boat launching area, which is weird. So we'll have to find ourselves another place where we can launch the boat. Well, looks like we just hit a major roadblock, so we can't go any further today. It's a bit of an unexpected turn of events here. We can't launch our boat anywhere. Now we've gotten a little bit hungry. I think it's time to have a coffee and a little bit of a sandwich and then reconfigure. Here. Okay, it's a bit smarter to look at that first, I suppose, than just trying to tear it. What are you doing down there?
Lots of mussels here.
Got your coffee?
Thanks.
Ouch! What have we got? A nice egg sandwich. So we kind of have to regroup a little bit, Hyeshin. We have to figure out what we're gonna do now. The most frustrating thing is that there is actually a nice boat ramp just over there, and it's unfortunately private. There's a resort there and it's only for resort guests. I just talked to a very friendly guy there, and he said we should go back the road a little bit, and there is an beach area where you can actually launch a boat, and it's just around the corner. So it always pays to speak to the locals. What's really cool about the Insta360 is that it's got a flip screen. Isn't that cool? So if you want to do a selfie shot, you can see everything right there. How cool is that? And if we wanted to film something a little bit lower, we can do like a 90-degree flip. That way I can basically film and see at the same time what I'm filming without having to bend my head around to see the screen. So one feature I've been using a lot on the Insta is the voice activation. So once I have turned on the Insta, I can just say start recording. And then if I say stop recording, turns itself off. I can do that from quite a distance away, so that's pretty cool to control my shots. Well guys, the whole time filming, and since we left this morning, and we still have 46% battery left on the first battery. Well, this place is also a little bit dodgy. There's a nice launching area here, but it says day parking only, no overnight parking, and do not block access to houses. All right. There we go. Should have really put that in there before inflating it. clothes, tent and all that, sleeping bags, bit of fishing gear. Holy cow, hopefully we can carry it down to the beach like that.
Just need to find this little wee spot that I can sit on. Ready to go. We just parked our car over there.
Okay, let's go.
Now 4 kilometers of boat riding.
Let's hope we can start the motor. It haven't used it for a little while.
It's true. Wants to start. Yay.
Luckily it's really warm.
Yeah, not too cold. So far not cold.
Alright, out on the water, and I think our destination is out there where that big sandy beach is. Let's try the zoom. So that is a 2x zoom on the camera, and can you see the beach? Much easier to see now with the zoom. That zoom feature is actually really cool, right? Because when you zoom it uses the 8K mode, so we're filming in 4K at the moment, and then we zoom in with an 8K frame so we don't lose any pixels whatsoever when we then use our zoomed in version in 4K mode. So it's actually really cool. Look at this little island right here. Zoom into that. Alright, isn't that cool? Okay, let's crank up the engine and head over to our campsite destination so we can set up our tent before it's getting dark here. Eh?
Ooh, very nice campsite there with the vents and water. Woo! Yeah, Mark! Yeah! We made it to the Fun Day Scenic Reserve here.
Fantastic.
So high off you.
Ah, we made it. Whew. What a day. We were out here since we started like at what time did we start? Like at 8:30, and it's almost sunset.
We made it!
3:40, and we are here now. Finally. Wow.
What a nice little campsite here, Ro.
It's a great campsite. Let me guys show you. The Ferndale Scenic Reserve. And you know, this is one of the very few sandy beaches here in the Kenepuru Sounds. There's the Kenepuru Head, which is quite muddy, a long mud flat, but this one is a really nice sandy, a long stretch of beach. And the campsite is very, very small. It's only space for a few small tents here. No fires, of course. Non-potable water. There must be a toilet up there. Hyeshin, you go and have a look. Check out this amazing view from this campsite. Isn't that beautiful? Unfortunately, the sun is just about to set behind those trees now. So we're gonna set up our tent now. Here's a nice flat spot actually to set up the tent right here with a perfect view. Then we'll see if we can do a bit of fishing. Maybe tonight we'll just do a bit of surf casting straight out from here. Insta360 also sent us this charging case. It holds 2 batteries and it has its own battery, so it will charge these 2 batteries. So these ones are full here now, so I can just take those ones out, put the empty ones in, and because it's a little power station, it will just recharge the empty ones. I think it can charge 4 empty batteries in total. It is a really neat little package to carry around those batteries. And on top of that, you can also carry 2 additional SD cards in here. If you wish so, you can also use it to charge your mobile phone via USB-C. So it works as a power bank as well. This thing is truly multifunctional. It's the most amazing thing I've ever had for an action camera. So let's just change the battery. Plug this one out here. That's the spent one. And we'll just plug that into the charging case and it should charge immediately. See, the little light starts blinking here and it's charging up the battery back to full. I was really amazed with all the Insta360 accessories that we've gotten and the cameras themselves. They just look really high quality. Everything you get from here, it just looks really well designed and it's all solid. There's nothing flimsy or cheap plastic or anything. Everything is really solid on those things. It's starting to get dark now, and now that's where the Insta360 low light capabilities really start to shine. So at least that's the theory. We shall see. Everything we need for our tent is in this big bag here. So I'm currently using the chest mount that I got with the Insta360. Now I just changed my settings here to 45-degree or horizon lock. If I'm going around with my chest mount, that means I will be moving left and right all the time, but the horizon should stay level no matter what now with this horizon lock, which is a really cool feature. Makes things a lot easier. Now guys, this is the first time we're actually setting up our tent. This is the Kiwi Camping Weka 3 tent. And we haven't used that before. I just bought it because we want to do a little bit more tent camping in the future. Okay, we got a tarp here as a bit of a ground sheet. I need to find a hammer. Voila, the tent is set up. Now sleeping mats, sleeping bag, and all ready to go. Nice and cozy in the tent. Check out this beautiful evening and our nice campsite out there in the behind me. Isn't it a stunning camp? Hyeshin reckons it's wine o'clock. It's a luxury of taking a boat. You have enough space to fit in one bottle of wine, which you couldn't do hiking, right? How is the Insta doing with the dark background here? Looks pretty good, eh? I can only see it on the small screen now, but the actual small screen on the Insta is really good. It's really clear. So I'm thinking maybe I just put some bait on my fishing rod and then we'll take it out with a boat, drop the bait and the sinkers out there, and then we'll just sit here and watch the rock.
Now it's guys only 4:30, but it's getting dark so early these days.
Coming out here is actually really good for the soul. It is very refreshing.
Love it.
When we come with our caravan and it gets a little bit cold, and you know what happens, we go inside the caravan, right, and we turn on the LED lights when it gets a bit dark, and we turn on the heater and it's going to be comfortable in there, but we don't get to enjoy the outdoors as such in the caravan. We're more like inside, but here when you're out like this camping, then you got to be outside. You're forced to be outside, and that's actually a good thing.
Cashew and brie cheese tastes really good together, and wine of course.
Alright everybody, let's do some fishing. I brought my big stick baiting rod with me and the good old pen slammer reel here. Take the bait out with a boat for about 200 meters, so it's going to be a bit of boat casting. Yeah, still had a bit of squid, so we'll be using squid for bait, and I have salted that a little bit. We're going to be using the squid. Besides that, we just got a simple 2-hook dropper rig. Now guys, I just wanted to show you one really cool accessory that Insta sent me, and that is the Insta multi-mount. First of all, it's a tripod. You can put your camera anywhere really. But it doesn't stop here. You can just easily extend this. Look at that. And now we got a stand-up tripod, right? We got the camera much more elevated, which is really cool. So we can just fold it out. Fold these things back in here. We got our selfie stick, which we can mount in all sorts of different directions. And now we got another feature on this thing, amazingly. Check this out. We got another thing that folds out here, and this is kind of a hook if you want to set it up somewhere on a wall like this. Check this out, and you can just sort of set up your camera in all sorts of positions, like that for example, or over a door, whatever you want. Isn't that amazing? And it's so easy to use. Folds up so quickly. That's all it folds down to. A really small little grab handle where you can film everything with. The mount is an absolute essential, in my opinion, for anyone who is using an action camera. It is called the multi-mount. Insta360 multi-mount. A super clever device. Whoever came up with this idea, heads off. It is absolutely a great design. I love it.
So already around 5. We need to catch fish.
It's really difficult to do that with a thumbs up like this, because anytime I do something, a fishing hook gets stuck in here and I can't get it out because of the barb. It's so annoying.
Tonight if we cannot catch fish, I brought some cooked chicken breast. I make soup out of it, so that will be okay. We're not gonna starve to death, but hopefully we catch one fish and have a nice fish burger. Oh, my fish burger sounds better for you, right?
Oh, that would be perfect if we can catch ourselves a little fish burger. I'm also using the Globite Disco clip today. You can see when they get wet, like when I put my finger on those two contacts, they're wet enough and it starts blinking. So this will draw in a fish from a bit of a distance, especially snapper and gurnard, like this kind of blinking light. So we're ready to take the bait out and hopefully we can catch ourselves some dinner. Hyeshin, you can hold the rod here.
Okay.
And open the bail arm, and I'll go and take it out with a boat. I'm thinking there's the headland over there, and then past there's a current, a bit of current running. So I want to take it out as far as there, drop it there. And I also got some burley pellets in here. Gonna drop these around the bait as well. Hyeshin's going away. Gotta come here, otherwise I can't go anywhere. So I need to have the sinker. Okay, sinker here. Open the bail arm right here. Okay.
Help yourself, eh? Hi.
Alright. First time ever I'm doing some boat casting. Hopefully that's gonna work. Get up here. Just gotta make sure we don't run out of line. If we get low on line, then you whistle or scream. It's a bit like using a kontiki, but instead of using the boat. This rod doesn't have a lot of line on it, so I can't take it out like 500 meters or anything like this. But it should be enough line to just get it around right into the middle of the bay, basically, where we got the current running. Okay, I'm not so sure how far out we are, but I think we hit the end of the line. I saw Hyeshin screaming there and the line didn't give anymore. She's reeling in a little bit now frantically. So pretty much in the middle of the bay, so hopefully we get a bite. Let's see. Can you pull me in here so I don't get wet feet?
But it doesn't set? No.
No, it's not a scent sinker.
Ah.
See if we can get a bite. Hyeshin, are you preparing?
Yeah, for tomorrow morning. We have to do it now before it's get too dark.
I don't know where this life will take me. I just know I'm here for the ride.
First visitor has arrived tonight, so we gotta be a bit careful not to leave our food out, otherwise it might be gone tomorrow. Everything that smells like something edible, this guy is gonna go and get it if we don't secure it. I bet there are some possums around here as well. Looks like we're getting some nibbles there, but not really a bite. It's not looking too promising for tonight. Yeah, you can turn it off as well, yeah? This is just after I turned on the pure night mode vision. I checked this out. I still can't get over how good the low light capabilities is. It's pretty much dark right now here, and you can still see me pretty clearly, right? Trouble is we won't be able to see the fishing rod tip anymore. With all the things we brought with us, I didn't bring the fishing rod tip light. We had a few bites there.
This little light bright so much.
See, this one battery is already charged up again from the multi-charger here. So it's already recharged one of the batteries that we used earlier. Filming anything at nighttime with those action cameras has always been a huge problem for me. And every time we film some fishing, once the sun goes down, it's just absolutely impossible to capture anything. I think we'll have much better chances now to capture some nice nighttime footage.
Mark didn't want to have any instant noodles, but now I have to share my portion with Mark. Not the best, but it's tasty.
Nice big piece of roasted chicken from yesterday, mixed with the Korean ramen. It's about 6 o'clock now, guys, and
Pitch dark.
it's pretty much dark, pitch black now. The boat's still there. Definitely have to pull this up here before it's gonna float away. Well, guys, we caught a fish, but it's unfortunately not a desirable species. It's a spiny dog. Gotta let him go. Should be okay. Just gotta be careful with the tail here. Put a foot on the tail so that we don't get the spine anywhere near us. It's hooked in the corner of its mouth. So.
Go away.
Swimming up happily. Well, these spiny dogs, they don't fight at all. We had a little bit of a tug the whole time on the line. And we weren't sure if something is on, but must have been on there for quite some time.
How do you guys like our bedroom setup here? This is for Mark. Mark's 1,000 years old sleeping bag.
Well, everybody, it's a bit of an early night, almost 8. And it's totally dark out there, so there's not much else to do besides going to sleep at 8 here. That hopefully means we can get up a little bit early to do a bit of fishing. Unfortunately, it's a little bit windy this morning. Well, good morning, everybody. Had a pretty good night's sleep. the water came all the way up here and kept splashing around, so that was a little bit noisy, but other than that it was actually pretty comfortable in our new tent and on our new sleeping mats. So it's already 7:49. We almost slept 12 hours in our tent. A little bit late already because I wanted to go fishing early in the morning. The cheeky whacker was all over the table last night and trying to get onto our stove and everything. I just wanted to check if the burley is still there. Yep, he hasn't found the burley. Well, everybody, what do you guys think so far about the Ace 2 Pro action camera? It's pretty good, isn't it? We filmed everything since last night, yesterday, the whole day, and this morning, and we've only gone through 2 batteries so far.
All sorted. This from me. The rubbish bin. Beautiful morning in this Ferndale camping ground. This is a New Zealand native bush, beautiful bush. Lots of fern trees are all over. Now we know why this is called Ferndale. And look at it now, it's very windy, but this is beautiful, right?
The thing with this campsite is that it's basically south facing. That means we never get any sun here except in the middle of the day. Check out what happened to my glasses last night.
It's not the first time.
I can't see anything anymore. When I got up in the middle of the night and I went back into the tent, I just squashed my hand onto my glasses, which were on the floor, and now this. Good thing is I won't be able to tell the size of fish, so even if I catch a small gurnard, I might think it's a massive snapper.
Ready to go fishing. Lunch on board. We leave our tent here still because no one is gonna come.
We cannot go so far where I wanted to go. I wanted to go out to the Schnapper point there. It's too windy everywhere. We can only fish like in an area where there are probably no fish and where there's a bit of a wind shelter, like here for example. Oh, got something on.
Really?
Yeah.
Spotty over.
I don't know. Probably spotty.
Spotty. Small spotty.
Well, that's what we thought we're gonna catch here mostly. Small spotties. Ow.
You told me yesterday no wind today. Now you're telling me wind is not gonna stop today.
So another unexpected bust up here. The weather conditions this morning are not good for fishing at all. It is windy, it is uncomfortable, it's choppy, and it doesn't look like there's any fish. On top of that, the water is green as it's not clear, it's super green. You see how green the water is. Not ideal conditions at all for fishing. Unfortunately, what a bit of a bad luck we're having here. The Mussel Farms are really far away actually. They're out there somewhere are the Mussel Farms. In the middle of the sound here, there's gonna be a lot of shop and swell, so getting there and then coming back and then grabbing our gear would be quite a bit of a mission. So we're gonna grab our gear, take it back to the car, and then maybe we're gonna fish on that side where the car is. And then we're just gonna go super lightweight on the boat. Damn it. All the heavy stuff can stay in the front so that the boat doesn't come up so high. Car's still there, luckily. Alright, about ready to go fishing once again. It's getting windier and windier out there. The wind is really, really strong and it's choppy like hell.
But there was a fish. Oh my god, yeah, what the hell?
Should put some burley out here maybe.
Em là đây lồi mua burley. Oh my god.
Oh, we got a small snapper. I think just before I had a similar small one that came off the hook.
Save the day. Yes, snapper. It's good to have rubber glove. You touch all the fishing rubber. Mark has one more fish. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Actually it's a nice size for bait.
Okay, 2 fresh baits. Let's see how we go with these ones.
Saw the fish on, guys. Another small kahawai. What do you think?
Maybe we should keep a few small kahawai.
Okay.
Well, we're finally out fishing and not only fishing but catching something. Although, unfortunately, everything is a little bit too small.
Yay! Got something, but no cigar, not for you. Fish with it. What is it?
It's actually a yellowtail mackerel.
They look good.
Little mackerel. Here's a big piece of the jack mag we just caught here. Maybe a bigger bait will equal bigger fish. Lots of action here and it's very windy. Wonder if the Ace Pro will record the audio with the wind.
Wow, nice one! Wow!
Oh, finally we got ourselves a keeper. He hit that big piece of jack mag that I put on there.
McDonald's. Nice! Wow, look at it! Woo!
So I was thinking to keep the jack mag actually for food. So we have 2 small kahawai and this jack mag later for dinner. But luckily I cut off a nice big piece for bait. We almost gave up because we were so disheartened earlier with all the wind and the condition and everything. So we were just about to pick up, but there was a short break in the wind. And I said, just let's head around the headland because I knew there's the Mussel Farm behind it. And we've been fishing for about an hour or so here at the Mussel Farm. 2 hours already. throwing burley overboard and catching those small fish, and yeah, it's been actually quite good. But we're about to head off now because we're gonna keep the fish cold and also gonna have to drive back home today, and it's just not very pleasant out here, but the fishing makes up for it. Whew. Now that was a good workout. So Hyeshin, after 2 days of using the Ace 2 Pro action camera, what do you like the best about this camera?
I think I like all the accessories they provide. All the accessories are very practical and look very sturdy, not the cheap stuff you made with plastics. And also I like the flip. You can actually see yourself when you talk. I like the best. See these old shells, empty shells? I love those. I love cocos. I'm gonna collect some. I collect few more already, but I'm gonna collect some more over there. I cannot find the gigantic big cocos, but I'm sure I will if I spend some more time to look for that. Sometimes it's like that. It's too small, right? I want something bigger. It's okay. Those are not the biggest ones. Biggest one I found it probably in somewhere else. You guys don't like me to tell where they are, right? See. Oh, this is actually empty. Farm. Here, look. This is small. Nice harvest.
Good job, Hyeshin, in picking up some cockles.
You can't go past.
Look, I've got a couple nice oysters as well here. A nice little snack. Oysters and cockles and fish. A nice little seafood. That's what I love about Marlboro Sounds, guys. There's not only fish, there's always plenty of shellfish around. Okay, let's head back home now.
Some
Creamy.
for you.
So we thought we'd start off with the oysters, but instead of just chucking them raw, we thought we'll just steam them this time and give that a try because they're nice big oysters. No chucking required, and they open up nicely in the steamer and they taste really good.
Oh my god, so good.
Super nice and creamy with a little bit of lemon on top of them. Recently we read an article about worms and oysters. Hyeshin normally loves raw chucked oysters, but after reading this article, now she decided to steam them rather having them raw.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh. This cooked. Probably 90% of them are opened, which means all mussels nicely cooked as well. Turn it off. So guys, I'm going to deshell all the cockles and then put some seasoning like a spicy garlic seasoning. I can keep them in the container. Probably can store them probably a week. You can just eat like this, nice and salty with rice or noodles. Try next time, you will love it. So let it sit for settling a little bit. Wow, already spicy. Then like I said, I'm going to keep this stock, what I cooked in cooker. This is the best stuff you can get. Especially I like my noodle dish with my stock.
Alright, here we got our 3 kahawai. Plan is to cook them whole. Just gonna scale them and then take the heads and the tails off, and then off they go into the frying pan with a little bit butter and salt. That's all you need. Just gonna score them a little bit, I think, and then we're gonna add a little bit of salt only and fry them in some butter just as it is. The skin is gonna be the best part in those things. They need a nice sort of salty taste to them. Now we're gonna add a little bit of flour just for some crispiness. Maybe I should have removed those things because I get spiked by them all the time now.
Oh yeah! Nice!
Finish up with a bit of lime to cut the butter.
Nice seafood feast.
So this is a very hard earned meal. Let's try cockle first. Tastes very good, nice and salty like the sea. And here we got Hyeshin's seasoned cockles as well. They look pretty good.
It's a bit spicy, don't cry.
Very good. Tastes very, very Korean. Let's see what the fish is like with this crispy skin. Here's a bit of that dark meat of the kahawai.
And
Skin is really crispy. These little mackerel type kahawai, they actually have no fishy taste at all, even if you eat the red meat.
look at that. I try with all the skin on it.
It is really good. The skin is actually the best part.
Best kahawai I ever eaten.
Very good, eh? Now guys, I hope you enjoyed today's adventure with our Insta360 Ace Pro 2 cameras. Hopefully you got a better understanding of what those cameras are capable of. I think for our purpose those cameras performed very well, especially in the 3 key areas: low light performance, wind reduction, and also ease of use. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions. I'm planning to do another dedicated review video about the cameras, walking you guys through all the features that are particularly good for camping and fishing once more, but just focusing on the cameras themselves. So stay tuned for that, and we see you soon.